In the introduction to your literary analysis, you need to catch your reader's attention. The opening sentences comprise the hook, which is a broad opening or big idea that anyone can relate to and also relates to the text. Let's review the top 5 ways to hook your reader. First, a startling fact or bit of information. Let's suppose you've read The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne and are analyzing puritanical cultures and traditions. The following hook will definitely grab your reader's attention. Nearly 200 citizens were arrested as witches during the Salem witch scare of 1692. Eventually, 19 were hanged and another was pressed to death. Now there's a fact that's sure to be provocative and catch the attention. Second, you can include a meaningful quotation, either from the literature you're analyzing or another source. Here's an example from Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. This familiar statement expresses the young prince's moral dilemma in William Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. Because this quote is so widely recognized, it is necessary to comment on its significance. For our third example, let's imagine you've read Tim O'Brien's The Things They Carried and want to put forth a universal idea. Our example reads, "The terrifying scenes a soldier experiences on the front probably follows him throughout his life, if he manages to survive." Again, this is a broad, general idea that will be narrowed down toward your thesis statement. Some literary fiction is deeply dependent upon the setting. For our fourth example, we'll show how a rich, vivid description of the setting puts forth an interesting hook. Think of a story like Lord of the Flies with the boys on the island, or here we have Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. The example reads, "Sleepy Macomb, like other southern towns, suffers considerably during the Great Depression. Poverty reaches from the privileged families, like the Finches, to the African Americans and white trash Yules, who live on the outskirts of town. Harper Lee paints a vivid picture of life in this humid Alabama town, where tempers and bigotry explode into conflict." This type of hook not only paints a vivid picture, but also transports and intrigues the reader. Finally, you might consider creative anecdote. In a paper that will otherwise be an analysis, here's an example to write imaginatively. This is based on William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Huddled beneath a thick brush, Ralph dares himself not to breathe, desperate to survey the woods for the hunters. This lush island paradise has quickly become a prison, and fear paralyzes his lean figure. This creative anecdote both creates an image for the reader, but also creates empathy, as we feel bad for the boy and character in conflict. To recap, there are 5 main ways to hook your reader's attention. Use a fact, quote, universal idea, setting, or creative anecdote. For help with your hooks, please see your teacher or visit the Center for Academic Writing.